Am I the asshole for letting my family and friends disrespect my boyfriend by calling him by his first name?
What, he's got a nickname?
My boyfriend, 32 male, is a doctor. I met him through my dad back when we were traveling, and after we started dating, he started coming over to my hometown to visit. When I introduced him to my family and friends, I told them his full name, then occupation, then mentioned the other stuff like age, hometown, etc. All good until months later when he started complaining about my family and friends referring to him by his first name and not putting doctor before it. I found this strange. I told him that his professional title, but as a society, we use first names, nicknames, etc. He said he can't help but feel annoyed, especially considering that, quote, these people don't know him well. But it's been 8 months now.
He's their boyfriend, girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay. These people?
These people. He said once we're married or engaged, then they can start referring to him using his first name.
Break up. I'm done with this guy.
Recently, he started correcting whoever my friends or family are that call him by his first name. His tone becomes aggressive, and then he goes on a long lecture about how they should put doctor before mentioning his name. It's become exhausting because my friends...
Oh, God, this guy's intolerable.
Because my friends and family can't understand his strange hang-up, and he keeps picking fights with them about it. Last night, we were visiting my parents, and my dad called him Justin instead of Dr. Justin. My boyfriend started arguing with him, which caused a huge fight in the house, and we ended up leaving. In the car, he went off on me, saying I'm letting my family and friends disrespect him continually by letting them call him with just his first name. I told him he was at fault here, and he was being unreasonable because what he's expecting is bizarre. He said he takes pride in his profession and that he sacrificed so much to get where he is today, and my family and friends literally lose nothing if they respect his wishes. He called me an enabler and said that siding with them paints me in a bad light and advised me to step up and take a stand. But again, I thought he was overreacting and being hostile for no reason. We got home and he shut me down and refused to speak to me. Mom called me later and we talked a bit. Today he's gone completely radio silent, but the look on his face is telling. Am I the asshole?
Just break up.
Be done. This is absurd.
Listen, he has the right to feel how he feels. It's absurd.
But,
find someone who's so obsessed with doctors that they want to call you a doctor.
Dr. Justin.
And what is the etiquette on doctors? Like, if you're not my doctor.
I'm a doctor. I'm literally a doctor, technically. I have a doctorate degree. So I don't go around being like, hi, I'm Dr. Morgan.
Yeah.
I don't even acknowledge that I have a doctorate.
That's not a thing, right? For all doctors to just expect everyone to call them doctors if you're not their doctor.
Like, people with PhDs are technically doctors.
Sure.
Chiropractors are doctors. Like, there's so many different doctors.
But even like a surgeon, like a brain MD, who kind of have that godlike complex. Do they even expect like?
I think if you're in the hospital and you're their patient.
Sure. If you're in the hospital, if you're like a surgical rep, and you call in a doctor, yeah.
Professionally or patient-wise,
anything professionally, call him doctor. But
I'm blown away by the ego on this man, or the insecurity, the fact that he needs to like feel this reassurance, like, oh, bow down, Dr. Justin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's insecurities, but it seems like it comes more from like he said, he wants other people to acknowledge the work he thinks he put into it.
Yeah.
Right. And he wants other people to, it's just absurd.
Pump his tires. He wants his tires to be pumped.
Can you imagine like whatever profession, like just because it's a doctor, podcasters are out there, like we decided we had some sort of designation to be referred by.
Oh my God.
Why? Like,
I'd be embarrassed for ourselves.
It's just absurd.
It is. And there's no mention of what kind of doctor he even is.
Yeah, it could be
He could be like me. He's no T.
It could be foot doctor.
We have no idea. And everyone works hard to get where they're at. Just because you're not a doctor, you could be a plumber, electrician, you could be a tradesperson, you could be whatever the fuck you are. Doesn't mean you didn't work hard to get there.
What about, so and if I were just to argue with this guy for fun,
Okay.
which I would really enjoy, because he's talking about like, again, we're talking about like traditions here, right? So he has in his head that as a doctor, traditionally, like it's a sign of respect. I've earned this. Like
Yeah.
it's you respect the community of doctors. But what about respecting your elders? What about that tradition?
Yeah.
And so he's expecting the father of the woman he says he loves, that he's even like discussing marriage, and he wants that person to refer to him as doctor. Does he call him sir?
That's a good question. Very good question. Let's see if there's any comments from.
I don't know.
I don't know why she's holding on to this relationship so hard either. Like,
And people hold on to relationships.
I know.
Well past
I know.
when they should.
God. Oh, God. The ones I've just.
And we've all
I
been
know.
there.
We've all been there. So someone.
Also, she probably loves that he's a doctor.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. So one of the comments, you're the asshole. Doctors are pretty important to our society.
Someone said, what?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And deserve our respect. And
Some similar doctor, probably.
literally. Well, their username is blind optometrist.
Okay.
So
there you go.
So OP responds.
An optometrist who's like my brother's a dentist. I don't call him a doctor.
But technically he is.
I know he is a doctor.
Yeah. People are, oh my God.
But he definitely doesn't go the optometrist or the dentist, they might have a little bit of, the chiropractor.
Got a chip on their shoulder.
Maybe a chip on their shoulder because like people don't treat them like, well, you're not an MD or whatever.
Yeah.
I could see certain people in those fields having the ego.
Yes.
The certain dentist or certain optometrist who I
I could-
overcompensate.
1000%. I literally just saw a TikTok the other day that was about like an in-flight emergency. And so I was a flight attendant too.
You were?
Yeah, I've done like everything.
Good for you.
So,
That's great.
As there's like a medical emergency, you're like, you page over the system, you're like, is there a doctor on board? And this chiropractor made a video and he's like, I typically wouldn't stand up, but I saved the day. This man thought he was having a heart attack and I gave him an adjustment and he was fine. And I think in that sense, like kind of like with the chip on the shoulder thing, I think if you're the person that can respond in a medical emergency on a plane, like you're typically a doctor. And I think those that wouldn't, like the chiropractor or the dentist might not respond in a medical emergency. Those people that aren't traditionally doctors responding in those sense, that might be the way you categorize like chip on your shoulder or not. So it's just interesting to me.
Yeah. I mean, my girlfriend's a surgical tech, not a doctor, but she helps in surgeries, and she gave mouth to mouth to someone on a plane and helped, and
Yeah.
they were fine.
That's really cool.
She did not expect people to refer to her as doctor or just went about her
Yeah.
day. You can be helpful without expecting something in return.
For sure. It's just like, I think I'm just like trying to process like, where is this need for reassurance that you're a doctor coming from? Like, do you not get it enough every single day in your job?
Probably not. Yeah. Or there's a sense of there,
Yeah. OP does.
Maybe they get emasculated at home or something. I don't know.
OP does respond to that one. She's like, my family has been absolutely nothing but respectful to him. They consider him family. That's why they found it hard to say doctor every time.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. Someone else
If my
asked.
brother came back after he graduated from dental school, an incredible accomplishment. I think it's
Huge.
no one's done that in our family.
Yeah.
I'd be like, go fuck yourself. Like,
Yeah. Well,
call me Dr. Luke now. I'm like, bro.
no. And that's not to say people that don't have that traditional like MD or DO or whatever aren't just as qualified or didn't work just as hard. Like, I know CPR, I could help in an emergency too. It's just
if he was a brain surgeon,
Yeah.
I would have told him like,
no matter
my
what he
brother.
is. Yeah. And this guy, no matter what you are, we're still telling you you're an asshole. You're being weird about it.
yeah.
Someone
Absurd.
else goes just like info. I'm curious about his cultural background. If he's not American, I could see very well it could be a cultural difference. They're just like kind of going in to like ask more things. Like if he's American though, it definitely sounds like he's a huge snob because that's definitely not something we usually do here. OP responds, no cultural aspects of any kind here. We're both from the same background, just not the same town.
He just has a massive ego. He has great expectations for himself and how he expects other people to treat him.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's as far as it goes. Some people only think about how people should treat them, and they don't ever think about how other people might want to be treated. he wants to be called doctor by this guy's dad with no like respect for like authority or elders. I doubt he calls him sir.
No chance. No,
And
it
if-
seems like a very one-sided street with this. Top comment on this one with 19,000 upvotes. I smell a narcissist, which they're not, you can't diagnose him, but very self-centered. And OP responds, oh, you mean my boyfriend? Honestly, after what he did, I'm just not sure if he's reasonable or rational. And someone goes, yeah,
Imagine-
God complex here.
Co-parenting with this person.
I know. Are your kids going to call you Dr. Justin until
Not
they
only
grow
that,
up?
but this is
and
someone
earn
who's
it?
very like, I doubt they concede much of anything.
No. Very difficult situation trying to communicate or like find common ground or compromise with this person.
Yeah, he definitely sees himself as a level of authority, and I doubt it stops past whatever he went to school for.
Nope. This bleeds into every aspect of his life, clearly.
And he's like, he can't handle this.
No.
He's not just like annoyed.
No.
He's like
calling her an enabler too. This one's
Yeah.
crazy. My intern Alex found this one. It's her last day today. So thank you, Alex. Well, that's all I have for you.
this is fun.
This is really good. You had such good insight and questions. And now we need to like send all of these people the video and just be like, keep us updated. We need to know. There's no update on this doctor one. It was just posted 22 hours ago.
Yeah, I want some updates on some of them.
I know.
I'm really curious about macaroni and cheese.
I will keep an eye on that one. I'll message her and ask for a personal update. I'll let you know.
Just be like, was this all a surprise?
Yeah.
Did this not come up before you got engaged?
I'll ask about her parents as well. Because
Yes.
that one was posted 2 days ago too. So
Her parents is a big question.
big question mark there.
Because like, what if mom and dad are still alive
And
and met
then
and met Junior like a week
right after.
or was in the delivery room? I mean,
Yeah. Then you got some double standards and that's a problem
yeah.
for sure.